I'm very glad to be able to take part in this celebration. We must want our fellow human beings to have rights and freedoms.
Freedom for women to be what they want to be will help complete the circle of freedom America has been striving for 200 years. We have come a long way, but we have a long way to go.
Good afternoon and welcome to Annual Conference. I'm Laurel Lee Alexander, President of the Association of Junior Leagues International and a past president of the Junior League of Monterey County, California. We are so happy that you're here today. Let's start by thanking the members of the Brothers of Brass. Weren't they fantastic? Although based in Denver, the 8 members of this band come from different backgrounds and have roots in states all across the United States, including Louisiana, California, Kansas, and Florida. Through their music, they pay homage to the past and look toward the future by taking the traditional brass band sound of New Orleans and infusing it with a mix of funk, pop, and hip hop. Again, many thanks to the band. So we knew we'd get a great big mile-high welcome here in Denver. Becky Schaub, president of the Junior League of Denver, is going to introduce a very important guest who also brings a special welcome for us this afternoon.
Whoa. Sorry.
That's a big welcome.
Oh, that's a good welcome. Thank you, Laurel. Sorry about that. I'm very proud to introduce our new governor of Colorado, Jared Polis. He took office just recently in January 2019. Governor Polis is an entrepreneur, an education leader, a public servant, and a Colorado native. Throughout his life, he's been committed to helping others fulfill their dreams and pursue the opportunities to make their best life. For example, he's been a longtime champion of education, founding several charter schools for at-risk youth, and has been a champion of veterans co-funding Patriot Boot Camp, which helps veterans start their own small businesses. As a state legislator, he's worked to improve Colorado, protect public lands, and support startups and small businesses. He was ranked the most effective member of Colorado's delegation. Governor Polis, we'd like to welcome you.
Thank you, Becky, for the kind introduction. We're also excited that here in Colorado, for the first time in history, a majority of our senior cabinet that runs the state agencies are women for the first time in history. Thank you, Becky, and welcome to Colorado. For those of us who are visiting, we are so honored to be the host city this year for the Association of Junior Leagues. We hope that you have the opportunity this year to maybe even get some time on the slopes. We have spring skiing available in several of our mountain communities. We were blessed with great snow this year, and hopefully you will consider extending your stay and taking advantage of that. I want to thank the Association of Junior Leagues and, of course, the Junior League of Denver for everything and the work you do to make our communities better. It's been an honor to partner with Junior League of Denver in succeeding in getting free full-day kindergarten for every child in Colorado. And for those who are visiting from out of state who just think, wait, isn't kindergarten free? In our state, it's only been half day free, and parents have had to pay for full day several $100s a month. So that's really a big deal in terms of family budgets and kids being able to go to kindergarten regardless of the economic means of their parents. Your commitment and service to the Denver community over the last century, from the foundational role in the creation of Red Rocks, which recently announced its summer series, to the many community programs you support, have really made the Mile High City in Colorado a great place to live and visit. And we're, of course, excited to celebrate the 100th anniversary of our Junior League of Denver. 1919 was the founding date. To all of you here from across the U.S., welcome. You know, like founder Mary Harriman, we all should aspire to be bold and joyous every day as we build a country, a state, our neighboring countries for everybody. Here in Colorado, we're really working hard to create a state in which giving back to our communities is part of our culture. You know, volunteering is really the ultimate exercise in democracy. People only vote in elections once a year, but when you volunteer, you vote every day about the kind of community you want to live in, and you make real change occur. Before I ran for office, I opened schools for immigrant youth, started nonprofits to help returning veterans and support education, and it was really some of the most rewarding work that I've ever done. We all know that going the extra mile for our neighbor leaves your community, your state, your nation even better for ourselves and for future generations. And Junior League of Denver has helped lead the way, as has Serve Colorado, our state's Community Service Commission, empowering community-based organizations and being able to leverage the great work that men and women do in our communities. Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera here in Colorado, who heads the Serve Colorado office, recently joined over 30 members of my staff to volunteer at a local food bank on Cesar Chavez Day, one of Colorado's 3 designated days of service that we partner with community organizations and nonprofits to mobilize people to give back. According to the latest data from the Corporation for National and Community Service, about 30% of Coloradans volunteer for an estimated 35 volunteer hours per person. We want to do even better. We want to really build a culture of giving back, a culture of community service. And I know we can do better, and I'm glad that we have the Junior League challenging your members and challenging others in your communities to bring people together in the spirit of giving back. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. famously said that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? You answer that question every day, not just in word, but in deed, through your work. And that work is inspirational to others. And I want to thank you for everything you do for our communities. I'm really proud to welcome you to our great state of Colorado. We look forward to continuing to partnering with the Denver chapter, and of course with all of you from, I understand, 3 countries who are here today to make our state, our world, a better place for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Governor. It is a true honor to have you with us, and we appreciate your warm words and kind welcome. We're looking forward to learning more about Denver and the great state of Colorado firsthand over the next few days. And actually, our opening reception this evening is going to be at the History Colorado Center. So look forward to being inspired by that. Again, thank you very much. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Michelle Vaith, a member of the AJLI Board of Directors, to give the conference invocation. Michelle.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We've come together today from near and far, across land and sea, from leagues that are small, huge, and everything in between. And as we begin our work here together, we must prepare our hearts, open our minds, and reflect. May we embody our shared values of diversity, collaboration, community, empowerment, leadership, respect, and service. May we seek to listen and to actively understand and learn. Our differences are our strength. We stand upon the shoulders of the many women who came before us, and we are blazing a path for those who will come behind us. But our past does not define us, and the future is ours to envision and create. This moment is our moment, and the future of our association is ours to lead. The time we have together is precious and short. The opportunity we have ahead of us is great, so may we all be fully present while here in Denver. And may we each quiet any sense of self-doubt. May we take the time to connect, to truly connect with those around us, for these connections are the roots and the foundation upon which we will unleash the full power of our association. May we also take the time to share ideas and stories about what's worked, stories about what has failed, and most importantly, how to get back up and move on. And may we lift one another. This is how we will truly learn. This is how we will grow. And this is how we will further our mission. As we reflect, be reminded, it is not an accident that you are here. You are here for a reason. You represent something even more than yourself. You are the unique and incredible embodiment of all who have invested in you and encouraged you. Your legacy will become a part of how we all measure progress and how well we collectively have cleared the path for those who will come after us. You are ready. We are ready. We are the Junior League. We got this.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm on fire. So this afternoon, we will hear from Brecken Baker, who will sing the anthems of 3 of our 4 Junior League countries, Canada, Mexico, and the United Kingdom. Brecken is a native of Sheridan, Wyoming, but lives in Denver. She studied at the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York City and has performed in a wide range of venues across the United States. We will also hear from Katie Arnold, who will sing the national anthem of the United States of America. Katie is an active member of the Junior League of Denver and works as a program associate for Merle Chambers Fund, a private foundation focused on social justice and equity, women's economic security, and early care and education. She earned a Master of Music degree from the San Francisco Conservatory and will be sharing her talent with all of us today. Please rise for the singing of the anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious to Mexico. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprista y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Señor patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz el arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas yo será un extraño enemigo, profanar con tu planta tu suelo. Pienso, patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprista y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Emily, UK. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Long send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. O Lord our God, arise, scatter her enemies, and make them fall. Confound their politics, frustrate their knavish tricks. In thee our hopes we fix. God save us all. Thy choicest gifts in store on her be pleased to pour. Long may she reign. May she defend our laws and ever give us cause to sing with heart and voice. God save the Queen. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Brecken and Katie. You sang the anthems so beautifully, and they're especially moving when sung a cappella. Let me just say, be lucky. You're lucky that I didn't sing the anthems. We will now hear greetings from the governments of the 4 countries in which Junior Leagues are located. First, we will hear from Melissa Allen of the Junior League of London, who brings greetings from the British government.
If I can pull it up on my iPad. So I have a letter from the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and she says, I am delighted to offer my support and congratulations to the members of the Junior League of London and their partner leagues around the world. Volunteering provides a unique opportunity for people to share their time, talent, and skills to help others and to shape their community. The Junior League of London is making a very valuable contribution by supporting volunteering projects that improve the lives of the most vulnerable people in our society. The dedication and commitment of volunteers is also outstanding, giving countless hours a year to support disadvantaged families and young people facing complex challenges such as homelessness. I would like to thank you all for your contribution to supporting and strengthening different communities across the world. You should be extremely proud of your work, which has inspired so many people. I wish you all the best and hope the conference is a great success. Theresa May.
Thank you, Melissa. Next, Terrell Martinez from the Junior League of Guadalajara and Deb San Roman from the Junior League of Mexico City and an at-large member of the AJLI Board of Directors bring greetings from the Mexican government.
Estimadas socias de la Junior League, me es grato enviarles un saludo cordial a todas las integrantes de la Junior League, tanto de la Ciudad de México como de los Estados Unidos, Canadá, Gran Bretaña y en su reunión anual internacional. Del mismo modo, extiendo una sincera felicitación por su compromiso para visibilizar los derechos de las mujeres, así como su incansable lucha por mejorar el entorno social, su invaluable labor sobreviviendo los cambios políticos, económicos y culturales que viven en México y en el mundo, ya que su baluarte siempre ha sido su trabajo sin intereses partidistas. Desde 1930 han colaborado en México a generar espacios de diálogo que fomentan que los diversos sectores de la ciudad trabajemos para buscar soluciones ante los problemas nacionales. Han sensibilizado a la población para buscar que los derechos de los más necesitados sean reconocidos y han promovido el respeto a la dignidad de la persona humana. Estoy convencido que México no sería el mismo sin sus contribuciones, ya que su misión trasciende todos los rincones de este gran país. Les envío mis mejores deseos para los trabajos que hoy inician, esperando que sigan en esta lucha por la búsqueda de un mejor México. Atentamente, senadora Kenia López Rabadán, presidenta de la Comisión de Derechos Humanos.
And now in English.
Now in English.
Esteemed members of the Association of Junior Leagues International, I am pleased to greet you and all the members of the Junior Leagues from Canada, Mexico, the United Kingdom, and the United States at this 97th Annual International Conference. I would like to sincerely commend your commitment to raising awareness on women's rights, as well as relentless efforts to improve Mexico's social situation. Junior League's priceless actions have withstood the political, economic, and cultural changes affecting Mexico and the world. Since 1930, Junior League has contributed to create different opportunities in Mexico to encourage all social circles to work towards finding solutions to national problems. You have educated the community to promote the recognition of the rights of those in greatest need. And you have advocated for the respect of their personal dignity. I firmly believe that Mexico would not be the same without Junior League's contributions, for its mission extends to all corners of our great country. Please receive my congratulations on the admirable work you continue to do each day. I encourage you to continue this noble cause for a better Mexico. Sincerely, Senator Kenya Lopez Rabadán, President of the Human Rights Commission of Mexico.
Thank you, Deb and Terrell. Now we will hear from Rachel Griffiths, incoming president-elect of the Junior League of Hamilton Burlington, who brings greetings from the Canadian government.
It is my honor to bring you greetings from the Prime Minister of Canada, the very Honorable Justin Trudeau. Chers amis, je suis heureux de présenter mes salutations les plus chaleureuses à celles qui participent à la 97e réunion annuelle de l'Association de Junior Leagues International. Les membres de la Junior League sont reconnus pour leur engagement à servir les autres, à soutenir les femmes dans leur communauté. Cet événement est une merveilleuse occasion de réfléchir aux nombreuses réalisations de l'organisation et de fixer des objectifs pour l'avenir. J'aimerais remercier toutes les personnes impliquées au sein de la Fédération canadienne des Jeunes Ligues pour leur dévouement à assurer le bien-être de leurs concitoyens. Votre générosité et votre esprit communautaire sont une source d'inspiration pour nous tous. Au nom du gouvernement du Canada, je vous souhaite une rencontre des plus fructueuses. Dear friends, I am pleased to extend my warmest greetings to everyone attending the 97th annual meeting of the Association of Junior Leagues International. Junior League members are known for their commitment to serving others and supporting women in their communities. This event is a wonderful opportunity to reflect upon the organization's many achievements and to set goals for the future. I would like to thank everyone involved with the Canadian Federation of Junior Leagues for their dedication to ensuring the well-being of their fellow citizens. Your generosity and community spirit are a source of inspiration for us all. On behalf of the Government of Canada, I offer my best wishes for a productive meeting. Yours sincerely, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada.
Thank you, Rachel. Becky Shaw, President of the Junior League of Denver, brings greetings from the United States government.
Thank you. I am here to read our letter from the White House, dated today, May 2nd. I send my greetings to those attending the 97th Annual Conference of the Association of Junior Leagues International. Across hundreds of chapters in the United States and around the world, the influential and dedicated women of the Junior League contribute their time and talents to address many important social and global issues. Their efforts have helped to improve literacy rates, reduce domestic violence and bullying, and support teen self-esteem programs. To all Junior League members and supporters, Your commitment to empowering others represents the best of the human spirit and is an inspiration to many. May you continue to build stronger communities and bless the lives of others through your remarkable record of volunteerism and leadership. Melania joins me in wishing you a memorable event as you gather to renew friendships and celebrate the Junior League achievements over this past year. God bless you. Donald J. Trump, President, United States of America.
Thank you, Becky. Now I'd like to ask Kate Sheehan, Site Chair from the Junior League of Denver, to join Becky at the podium.
Hi. Thank you, Laurel. This is Kate. Hi. We couldn't have done this without her. We're so pleased to have you. Thank you. I want to thank our amazing site chair, Kate Sheehan. She's a dear friend of mine. We've been friends since we were 6 years old. Along with her amazing committee for bringing all the Colorado Leagues together and putting a special touch on this year's annual conference. I hope you signed up for the dine-arounds. I hope you signed up for the special excursions on Saturday. They worked very diligently and very hard. I also want to thank Juwan and Carrie, Juwan Choi and Carrie Holmes. They're our AJLI contacts. We've been working with them together, the two of us, the two of them, pretty consistently for a year. So thank you so much to them and all they do to put this event on. Kate, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks. I want to welcome you all again to the 97th Annual AJLI Conference in the Mile High City. I'm happy you could join me and the women of the Junior League of Denver. We're honored that we could be the host city to commemorate the end of our 100th anniversary year. You may have heard the Junior League of Denver is celebrating an anniversary. It's a special year. Since 1918, the Junior League of Denver, much like of each of your leagues, has been committed to promoting volunteerism, developing the potential of women, and improving our community through the effective action and leadership of trained volunteers. We've grown from just 83 members to 1,750 in our 100-year history. We've evolved greatly from those early days, yet we've managed to keep the purpose of the league intact. The Junior League of Denver was the first in the country and the association to establish a foundation in 1993. We're very proud of that forward thinking. Additionally, we were one of the first leagues to engage in public policy advocacy in the 1980s. We've been working hard to commemorate this special year by giving, growing, and getting connected. We've completed 88,000 hours, a little bit more, of volunteer service with our goal of reaching 100,000 hours committed by our members by May 31st. It's interesting to note what Jared Polis said, or Governor Polis said earlier about each person giving about 30 hours. That equates to 58 hours per member. As we all know in this room, Junior League members do more. We committed 2 years ago to give $100,000 in granting monies back to our community, and we're 70% of the way there. We've been growing our member engagement by completing 100 legislative calls to action through our Public Policy Committee. And we've provided 100 defined training opportunities for our members this year. We're getting connected through lots of networking events, social events, lots of fun things, as well as getting connected with all of you here today through this conference. We were able to invite 15 of our members to come celebrate this conference in various ways, as single-day delegates, evening attendees, in various ways, and I'm so pleased we could extend that opportunity to our members. So, the Junior League's 100 years old, Junior League of Denver. The Junior Leagues are 118 years old. I feel like I might be 100 years old after serving for the last 11 months. But all kidding aside, 118 years later, we continue to be leaders of progress and change. Our focus shifts as the needs of our community shift. We've had a seat at the table for over 100 years, and we hope to continue that tradition. In League life, we don't start as leaders, we start as volunteers. Someone who wants to come, make some friends, help our community, hang out with our neighbor or our friend from 6 years old. As we engage in membership, we realize this world of Junior League, it affords so much more. Being a leader, being a League member, it encourages personal and professional growth. It allows us to try on new hats and fosters the change and experience from simply being a volunteer to promoting volunteerism. We are bound together by one thing in this room, our membership. We are volunteers, we're advocates, we're conveners, we're leaders, we're members of the Junior League. I hope you enjoy your time in Denver. I hope you learn from each other, and I hope this empowers each of you to return to your home city and lead with enthusiasm, spirit of service, and a goal to move our mission forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. So if Becky feels like she's 118 years old, I feel like I'm 200 years old. So thank you. We look forward to spending time in Denver, and we can't wait to get to know you, your league, and your city better this weekend. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the members of the Board of Directors for the Association of Junior Leagues International. Each will rise when introduced and remain standing to receive applause at the end of the introductions. I am first going to introduce the ongoing members of the board, and then introduce and thank the outgoing members of the board whose terms end at the end of this month. Your ongoing members are Elizabeth Tominski, Vice President, Junior League of Boston; C.C. Gassner, Secretary, Junior League of Boise; Paula Perkins, Governance Vice Chair, Junior League of Wichita Falls; and at-large directors, Zena Martin, Junior League of Savannah; Ness Okonkwo, Junior League of Los Angeles; Deborah San Ramon, Junior League of Mexico City; Darcy Swanson, Junior League of Yakima; Michelle Vaith, Junior League of Cincinnati; and Whitney Wilson Wirtz, Junior League of Charlotte. And now I will introduce the outgoing board members. I am so grateful to have served with you for the last year as president-elect and this year as president. Thank you to the Junior League of San Francisco for Renee Tusi, who is serving her second term as treasurer. Thank you to the Junior League of Nashville for Laura Creekmore, at-large director. Thank you to the Junior League of Austin for Terry Broussard-Williams, at-large director. Thank you to the Junior League of Northwest Arkansas for Tina Winham, at-large director. And thank you to the Junior League of Minneapolis for Malia Fallon, who has served on the board as governance vice chair and chair. Thank you, everyone. And now, Malia will introduce the association's governance committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am extremely pleased to introduce the Governance Committee members. Each will rise when introduced and will remain standing to receive your applause at the end of the introductions. As with the Board of Directors, I will start with the ongoing members and then introduce and thank the outgoing members, those whose terms are over at the end of this month. The ongoing members of the Governance Committee are Paulette Evans, Junior League of Raleigh; Nicole Hubbard, Junior League of Tampa; and Sarah Mayer, Junior League of Phoenix. And now our outgoing governance committee members, whom I thank for their 2 years of service. It has been a pleasure to work with them. Thank you to the Junior League of Oakland East Bay for Julianne Averill. Thank you to the Junior League of Kansas City for Katie Gerson. Thank you to the Junior League of Palo Alto Mid-Peninsula for LaShonda Kennedy. And thank you to the Junior League of Orange County, California for Sandra Thompson. I encourage delegates to seek out and talk with the outgoing and ongoing governance committee members as you see them throughout the conference or at the governance table in the marketplace, or you can come to our session right after this. We are happy to talk with you about our experience serving our association, the open positions for terms beginning June 1, 2020, and how you can help us identify future association leaders in your leagues. That concludes the Governance Committee introductions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Malia. And thank you to all of the board and governance committee members who have served the association this past year. Susan Danish, the association CEO and executive director, is on the dais. There she is. Hi, Susan. Members of the association staff also join us this afternoon. Will the staff please stand? Yay! These are the women and men who work diligently to provide services to all of the junior leagues. I hope you will take the opportunity to get to know the staff while we are here in Denver, and please join me again in thanking them for all of their hard work. Here's my official gavel. I am now going to call the first session of the annual meeting to order. So first, bear with me. We have to determine if we have a quorum based on both the actual attendance of the leagues and the number of proxies reported thus far. Then we will enjoy our traditional celebration of our association of 291 junior leagues in 4 countries, with the association secretary, C.C. Gassner, calling the roll of each junior league. I call on Association Secretary C.C. Gassner, who will report the attendance. If she can get out of her chair.
Exactly. Madam President, AJLI bylaws state that a majority of the junior leagues entitled to vote who are present in person or by proxy constitutes quorum. That means the presence of 146 junior leagues constitutes quorum. The official registration of junior leagues present as of today, May 2nd, 2019, is 191. In addition, 3 leagues are reported as represented by proxy. Therefore, the number of leagues present or represented by proxy is 194. Therefore, I move that the registration be accepted and we have a quorum.
Is there a second? Thank you. It is moved and seconded to adopt the registration report. Oops, sorry. No, there we are. A majority vote is required for adoption. If there's no objection, the chair proposes to take a voice vote. So all of the voting delegates, if you're in favor of accepting the registration report, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. So the registration is accepted. Now the secretary will call the roll.
As I call the roll of the junior leagues, we will take you through nearly 12 decades of our history of leadership and community impact. Our history and heritage will be shared by decade. At the end of each decade, I will read the list of leagues joining the association that decade, and we will see the lights on our junior league map grow. When I conclude reading the list, I will ask all the delegates from those leagues to respond present all at the same time and turn their glow sticks on and raise them high. The glow sticks will remain lit throughout the roll call to illustrate the growth of the junior leagues.
although you can put your hands down. Let's begin our video history now.
For more than a century, Junior League members have confronted society's most pressing issues and tackled its toughest problems, leaving a legacy of reform like no other. But in a complex world, accelerating and advancing at a rapid pace, change is uncomfortable, conflicts are inevitable, and challenges are cyclical. Problems loom large, while leadership talent and funding are scarce. To fight these battles, find solutions, and advocate for those in need, a renewable army of women, empowered as agents of positive change, is essential. Preparing women to serve their communities is the Junior League's mission, because tomorrow there will be new issues and new challenges, and the women of the Junior League will continue to serve as the undeterred voices for action, justice, and change. The turn of the century was a time of fast-paced change in the world. The promise of freedom and opportunity lured many immigrants to America's shores. Settlement house workers tackled urban problems and provided desperately needed services to these new arrivals. At 18, Mary Harriman was preparing to enter Barnard College. Mary possessed a well-developed social conscience and was inspired one day by a lecture on the settlement work being done on New York's Lower East Side. She and her friend, Natalie Henderson, recruited their fellow debutantes to form a group to support the work of the settlement houses. And in 1901, the Junior League for the Promotion of the Settlement Movement was born. It became the first Junior League.
Will the Junior League of the City of New York, as our very first league, please respond present and show us your glow stick. Yay.
Junior League work soon expanded when volunteers and professional teachers went into homes together. Their visiting teachers concept was adopted by the New York City school system. In Brooklyn, League members identified the need for free lunches in the public schools and successfully petitioned the Board of Education. Once again, the idea would become a model for school lunch programs elsewhere.
In the first decade of the 20th century, 3 new leagues were founded: the Junior Leagues of Boston, Brooklyn, and Portland, Oregon. Will Boston, Brooklyn, and Portland, Oregon please respond present? Present.
During the second decade of the 20th century, the role of women in the public arena strengthened. Out of the settlement house movement had come a new respect for social work and for women as volunteers. As more leagues were formed and membership increased, committee efforts branched out into visiting nurse programs and baby shelters, even dressmaking classes and hospital work. To keep members connected, a Junior League bulletin was created in 1911. During World War I, Junior Leagues played an active role in selling war bonds. The San Francisco League formed a motor delivery service that served as a model for the nationwide Red Cross Motor Corps. The suffragette movement was also in full swing. The St. Louis League was formed in 1915 specifically to support the cause. By the end of the 1910s, the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution passed, giving all American women the right to vote.
21 additional leagues were formed in this decade. The Junior Leagues of Baltimore, Chicago, Cleveland, Philadelphia, San Francisco, the Oranges and Short Hills, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Kansas City, St. Louis, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Racine, Albany, New York, Chattanooga, St. Paul, Wilmington, Delaware, Denver, Buffalo, Omaha, and Poughkeepsie.
Will the 21 leagues of the 1910s please respond present and raise your glow sticks?
As the 20s roared in, young women empowered by the vote searched for new roles. With economic prosperity, the leagues looked for ways to expand the cultural horizons of their communities. Children's theater, with early roots of storytelling in the Settlement House, was founded by the Junior League of Chicago. The idea was quickly taken up by more than 100 leagues. League membership continued to grow. Leagues voted to create the Association of Junior Leagues of America in 1921 to manage conferences and the admission of new leagues, as well as to publish the bulletin. In 1929, Ruth Pratt became the first Junior League member and first woman from New York to be elected to the U.S. Congress. She blazed the trail for many league members since, who have translated league training into local or national positions of prominence.
During the 1920s, 77 more leagues were formed in the US and Canada. Wait, give me some strength. The Junior Leagues of Cincinnati, Dayton, Eastern Fairfield County, Syracuse, Duluth, Hartford, Knoxville, Lincoln, Louisville, Montclair, Newark, Rhode Island, St. Joseph, Sioux City, Tacoma, Greater Princeton, Birmingham, Alabama, Dallas, Indianapolis, Kingston, Little Rock, Memphis, Nashville, Orange County, New York, Pittsburgh, Portland, Maine, Greater Springfield, Massachusetts, Charleston, South Carolina, Charleston, West Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Honolulu, Greater New Haven, Elizabeth, Plainfield, Stamford, Norwalk, Tulsa, Winston-Salem, Colorado Springs, Evanston, North Shore, Jacksonville, Lancaster, Lexington, Minneapolis, New Orleans, Reading, San Antonio, Seattle, Columbia, Erie, Grand Rapids, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Parkersburg, Santa Barbara, Spokane, Wichita, Worcester, Akron, Charlotte, oh my God, sorry. Charlotte, Houston, Los Angeles, Montgomery, Pasadena, Savannah, Toronto, Asheville, Miami, Richmond, Boise, Flint, Greensboro, Oklahoma City, Roanoke Valley, Tampa, Augusta, Harrisburg, Lynchburg, San Diego, Troy, and Williamsport. Will the 77 leagues of the Roaring Twenties let out your roar and let us know you're present?
The Great Depression of the 1930s ushered in difficult times, and the need for junior league services rose. Leagues focused on the direct needs of their communities through child lunch programs, anti-tuberculosis campaigns, unemployment bureaus, and homes for disabled children. Some leagues realized that responding to need alone was not enough. 4 Virginia leagues formed the first state public affairs committee, which changed and improved the state's policy toward child foster care. At the end of this decade, the Junior League movement expanded across the U.S. and Canada, as well as into Mexico.
During this decade, 36 leagues joined the association. The Junior Leagues of Fort Worth, Mexico City, Raleigh, Rockford, Des Moines, Greater Elmira Corning, Mobile, St. Petersburg, Binghamton,
Schenectady and Saratoga counties, the Mahoning Valley, formerly the Junior League of Youngstown, El Paso, Bergen County, Halifax, Huntington, Berkshire County, Rochester, Shreveport-Bossier, Toledo, Tucson, Austin, Cedar Rapids, Hamilton, Burlington, the Great Lakes Bay Region, Salt Lake City, Wilkes-Barre, Oakland East Bay, Phoenix, Columbus, Georgia, Morristown, Peoria, Stark County, Macon, Topeka, Durham and Orange counties, and Great Falls. Will the 36 junior leagues of the 1930s respond present and give us a glow?
The 1940s are indelibly linked to World War II. Canadian leagues drove in the motor corps, served in blood banks, and were the first to establish volunteer bureaus to support the war effort. This idea expanded to the U.S., where junior league volunteers, with their expertise in recruiting and training, were once again called upon to serve their country. Members like Ovida Kolpabi of the Houston League assumed national leadership positions. She was tapped by Congress to help create the Women's Army Corps, known as the WACs. In addition to the war efforts, the leagues created other new services, such as the very first mobile cancer clinic, which was established by the Louisville League.
The Junior League movement grew by 23 leagues during this decade. The junior leagues of Scranton, Wheeling, Fort Wayne, Jackson, Pelham, Sacramento, the Lehigh Valley, Corpus Christi, South Bend, Amarillo, Beaumont, Waco, Greenville, Greater Orlando, Central Westchester, Texarkana, Albuquerque, Battle Creek, Bronxville, Lansing, Long Beach, Galveston County, and Wyandotte and Johnson counties. Will the junior leagues of the 1940s respond present and let us know where you are?
In the 1950s, the Junior League began to face societal changes. With returning GIs and the formation of numerous new families, a home with children in the suburbs became the norm for many women. Nearly 150 junior leagues were involved in remedial reading centers, diagnostic testing programs, and programs for gifted and talented children. The Junior League of Mexico City extended its work to the blind. A visit from Helen Keller brought international recognition. By 1962, the league had built the most comprehensive center for the blind in the Spanish-speaking world. With TV in its infancy, junior leagues were among the first to push for quality programming for children and collaborated in the development of educational TV. Junior leagues were involved in more than 300 arts projects and multiple partnerships across many cities to establish children's museums and other cultural outlets. Throughout their history, leagues have found innovative ways to raise funds to support their work: thrift shops, follies, galas, markets, and more. Though Augusta, Georgia wrote the very first cookbook, it was with the publication and astute marketing of Charleston Receipts that the cookbook gained a momentum that continues today.
In the 1950s, 20 more leagues joined the association. The junior leagues of Westchester on the Sound, Springfield, Illinois, Westchester on Hudson, Spartanburg, Birmingham, Michigan, High Point, Wilmington, North Carolina, Northern Westchester, Ogden, Lubbock, Abilene, Baton Rouge, Calgary, Hampton Roads, San Angelo, Kingsport, Greater Fort Lauderdale, Greenwich, Edmonton, and Fresno. Let's hear from the junior leagues in the 1950s. Please say present and raise those glow sticks.
The 1960s brought everyone, including the Junior League, into a new reality. Young women were no longer expected to simply marry and settle down. Monumental shifts were at work in the lives and dreams of women. The League's long commitment to the arts flourished, with reading programs, art appreciation, music, and nature. Historic preservation projects became a popular community contribution. Environmental issues also became a concern. The Junior League of Toledo produced and promoted Fate of a River, a documentary on water pollution. League members were asked to testify before Congress. Their actions at the local, state, and federal levels were critical in advancing passage of the Clean Water Act in 1972.
In the 1960s, 22 more leagues joined the association. The junior leagues of Fort Smith, Tyler, Tallahassee, Evansville, York, the Palm Beaches, Riverside, Eugene, Long Island, Monterey County, Albany, Georgia, Midland, Bakersfield, Palo Alto Mid-Peninsula, Summit, Monmouth County, Fargo Moorhead, Lake Charles, San Jose, Pensacola, Waterloo Cedar Falls, and Wichita Falls. Will the junior leagues of the 1960s say present and don't forget your glow sticks? Present!
In the 1970s, leagues affirmed their commitment to a diverse membership by adopting the Reaching Out Statement, which welcomed women of all races, religions, and national origins who demonstrate an interest in and commitment to volunteerism. The leagues further expanded their participation in public affairs. Impact was a 4-year collaboration between more than 200 leagues and the U.S. government to improve the criminal and juvenile justice systems. St. Louis also designed the Teen Outreach Program to increase graduation rates and reduce teen pregnancy. It was recognized and replicated association-wide. Leagues provided training for retirees to become community volunteers through an association pilot, Project VIE. Despite the growth of the organization, this was also a time when the role of the volunteer was questioned by women's groups who felt their fight for equal rights clashed with the idea of volunteerism. Association leaders went on record validating volunteerism as a significant avenue for women to achieve leadership positions. Their voices were heard.
In the 1970s, 23 leagues joined the association. The junior leagues of Billings, Orange County, California, Las Vegas, Clearwater, Dunedin, Champaign-Urbana, DeKalb County, Lafayette, Greater Lakeland, Owensboro, Alexandria, Gainesville, Huntsville, Cobb Marietta, Sarasota, Tuscaloosa, Springfield, Missouri, Greater Alton, Fayetteville, Odessa, Pueblo, North Little Rock, Gaston County, and Reno. Will the junior leagues of the 1970s say president and release your inner disco?
In the 1980s, junior leagues took on new and often controversial issues. Leagues helped gain passage of the first federal legislation to address domestic violence, the Family Violence Prevention and Services Act of 1984. In 1985, the Junior League launched Woman to Woman, a 3-year international public awareness program addressing alcohol abuse among women. More than 100 leagues participated. In 1986, the Junior League of Los Angeles was the first league to tackle AIDS, a daring new addition to the league's agenda. Leagues continue their work with children through programs like Project Lead, an international leadership training program for marginalized youth. This was also the decade during which the Junior League of Phoenix member Sandra Day O'Connor was named the first woman to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the Junior League movement expanded to the United Kingdom.
In the 1980s, 35 leagues joined the association. The junior leagues of Bristol, South Brevard, Kalamazoo, Richardson, Athens, Longview, Quad Cities, Yakima, Charlottesville, Arlington, Monroe, Annapolis, Central and North Brevard, Norman, Victoria, Boca Raton, Collin County, Daytona Beach, Johnson City, Northern Virginia, London, Sioux Falls, McAllen, Harlingen, Manatee County, Fort Myers, Fort Collin, Lawton, the Emerald Coast, Ann Arbor, Morgan County, Bryan College Station, Bell County, Ocala, and Florence. For the leagues of the 1980s, say presence and show us your neon, girls.
The 1990s was a decade of prosperity, with more women as the primary wage earners in the family, more women in business and in government. Leagues were leading the march for policy change at the top, as members continued to advocate for critical issues like domestic violence with the Silent Witness Initiative. Building on environmental concerns, the Junior League of Mexico City began their country's first substantive recycling project and were instrumental in the passage of environmental legislation in Mexico. The Junior League of Cleveland encouraged leagues to come together for the Don't Wait to Vaccinate campaign, an international awareness program to prevent childhood illnesses. The campaign was implemented by all 276 leagues at the time. It was in the 90s that the Association of Junior Leagues International, or AJLI, established the Mary Harriman Community Leadership Award to recognize outstanding women who, like our founder, have made a lasting difference through their lifelong commitment to volunteerism. Sandra Day O'Connor, Ruth Collins Sharp Altshuler, Deborah Taylor Tate, Lyda Hill, and Ann McDonald Milling are a few who have been honored.
23 leagues joined the association in the 90s. The junior leagues of Douglas County, the Woodlands, Gwinnett and North Fulton counties, Greater Winter New Haven, Anniston Calhoun, Anderson County, Eau Claire, Olympia, Madison, Gainesville Hall County, Indian River, Kane and DuPage counties, Jackson County, Las Cruces, Palm Springs Desert Communities, Napa-Sonoma, Murfreesboro, Lufkin, the Flint Hills, Lee County, Moore County, Greater Covington, and Northwest Arkansas. Will the leagues of the 90s please respond present and show us your glow sticks?
As we marked a new century, the Junior League movement celebrated 100 years of dedicated volunteer service. In recognition of its extraordinary legacy, AJLI was chosen to co-chair the U.S. committee during the United Nations International Year of Volunteers. Firmly footed in the 21st century, leagues continue to tackle both evergreen and emerging issues that plague our society, all while thoughtfully exploring ways in which to secure the organization's health, vitality, and viability for generations to come. In 2005, the association initiated a childhood obesity program called Junior League's Kids in the Kitchen. Since its inception, more than 200 leagues have helped raise awareness of this modern-day issue. In 2009, the association embarked on a multi-year, multidisciplinary transformation effort to address key areas affecting leagues and their ability to survive and thrive, such as community impact, league governance, operations, technology, fund development, membership, brand awareness, training, and education. The following year, the Junior League was honored by the United Nations Association for groundbreaking work generating awareness of human trafficking and the child sex trade. The number of leagues engaged in this work has grown dramatically, and their impact has been profound. From successfully sponsoring and supporting legislation protecting victims and punishing perpetrators, to producing acclaimed films about the subject and convening key constituents to address the problem. In addition to their work surrounding human trafficking, the Junior Leagues of California State Public Affairs Committee have focused their attention on several other issues. They have joined forces to successfully advocate for Perinatal Depression Awareness Month and the Child Nutrition Reauthorization Act, supporting legislation for a transitional guardianship program for emancipating foster care youth, and advocating for federal legislation on the development of topical microbicides to prevent and protect against STDs. In 2015, the leagues adopted a new diversity and inclusion commitment statement that welcomes all women who value our mission. It further confirms a commitment to inclusive environments for diverse individuals, organizations, and communities.
We've welcomed 7 leagues to the association this century. The Junior Leagues of Martin County, Champlain Valley, the Shoals, San Joaquin County, Guadalajara, Panama City, and Greenville, North Carolina. Will the 21st Century Leagues please say present and show us your glow sticks?
True to their legacy, today's league members are at the forefront of tackling society's thorniest issues for the express purpose of enhancing the social, cultural, and political fabric of our society. As a result of this work, the Junior League has amassed an archive of irrefutable results and an indisputable reputation as thoughtful and influential change agents for the public good.
I would like to ask all delegates to raise your glow sticks high as a symbol of the power of association. We have called the roll, we have honored our past 118 years of service, and we have set the stage for the next 118 years. Our history shows us how we have always met the changing needs of our communities and our times as we've continually reimagined the leadership of women to meet those needs.
Thank you, Cece, and thank you, Junior Leagues, for releasing your inner disco. Is that what you said, Cece? So now we would like to recognize some of our oldest Junior Leagues who are celebrating significant anniversaries between this annual conference and next year's annual conference in 2020. I'm going to recognize each league, so please help them celebrate by applauding. After this afternoon session, we invite the delegates from each anniversary league to pick up your commemorative plaque at registration and bring them to the green room before the cocktail party or closing banquet on Saturday, and we will take photos for you. So first, celebrating their 75th anniversary, the Junior Leagues of Corpus Christi and South Bend. Celebrating their 85th anniversaries, the Junior Leagues of Austin, Cedar Rapids, Hamilton Burlington, Saginaw Valley, Salt Lake City, and Wilkes-Barre. Celebrating their 90th anniversaries, the Junior Leagues of Augusta, Harrisburg, Lynchburg, San Diego, Troy, and Williamsport. Ten leagues are celebrating their 95th anniversaries. Those are the Junior Leagues of Colorado Springs, Evanston North Shore, Jacksonville, Lancaster, Lexington, Minneapolis, New Orleans, Reading, San Antonio, and Seattle. There are 4 junior leagues celebrating their 100th anniversary, a century of service, leadership, and impact. Those are the junior leagues of Buffalo, Omaha, Poughkeepsie, and of course, our host league, the Junior League of Denver. Congratulations to all of the anniversary junior leagues. It is a testament to our mission and our members that we can once again be here at annual conference celebrating 100 years. But 100 years isn't the end. It is still the beginning, especially in an organization like ours with an enduring mission. With that thought in mind, let's recognize the 3 junior leagues celebrating their 105th anniversaries. Yes, 105 years. The junior leagues of Detroit, Kansas City, and St. Louis. Congratulations again to all of the anniversary leagues. We have your plaques for you at registration, so please pick them up. So, we have honored our oldest anniversary leagues, but let's also honor our future. Let's welcome 2 groups who are in the affiliation process towards becoming junior leagues. Please join me in welcoming Amy Nolan from the Chattahoochee Valley Women's Service League and Caitlin Watley from the Junior Women's Association of the Golden Isles. Also joining us to experience the power of association is Chelsea Chandler from the Longview, Washington Junior Service League. Please reach out to these guests to learn from them and let them know about the power of association of the Junior League. The next order of business is the adoption of the conference rules, which were included in your call to conference. If there is no objection, we will dispense with reading the rules. Please don't make me read them. Are there any questions on the conference rules? Okay, so the question is the adoption of the conference rules, which require a 2/3 vote. If there is no objection, we will have a standing vote by the voting delegates of each junior league. Those in favor of adopting the conference rules, please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Those opposed, please stand. No one's brave enough. Thank you very much. The conference rules are adopted. So the business now in order is to adopt the program, which includes the agenda for the conference. The question is the adoption of the program, which requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion? Are you ready for the question? I think you are. If there is no objection, we will have a voice vote by the voting delegates. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The conference program is adopted. The minutes of the 2018 annual conference have been approved by the Minutes Approval Committee in accordance with the procedures established in the online version of the Rights, Roles, and Responsibilities under conference rules. I'm hoping you've all looked at them. The chair, once again, calls on Association Governance Committee Chair Malia Fallon, who will now announce the results of the 2019 to 2020 elections and introduce the newly elected members of the Association Board of Directors and Association Governance Committee. Malia.
Thank you. I will first announce the results for members of the AJLI Board of Directors. I will begin with the newly elected officers and then the newly elected directors. Please stand when I call your name, and delegates, please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Bette Williams, Junior League of Columbia, South Carolina, has been elected by the Junior Leagues for a one-year term as the 2019-20 Association President-elect. At the conclusion of her term, she will automatically assume the office of AJLI President for a two-year term, 2020 to 2022. And Olivia Thomas, Junior League of Collin County, has been elected by the Junior Leagues for a two-year term as the 2019-21 Association Treasurer. Members of the Board of Directors who have been elected by the Junior Leagues as at-large directors to serve as a director for a three-year term from 2019 to 2022 are Alice Glenn, Junior League of New Orleans, who is unable to be with us because she just had a baby on Thursday and is not able to travel yet. Michelle McAllister, Junior League of Ann Arbor, and Casey Wida, Junior League of Portland, Oregon. The member of the Board of Directors who has been elected by the Junior Leagues to serve as the Governance Committee Vice Chair for a one-year term in 2019-20 is Betsy Conway, Junior League of Charlotte. After her one-year term as Vice Chair, she will succeed to the position of Chair of the Committee for a one-year term 2020 to 2021. Last year, Paula Perkins, Junior League of Wichita Falls, was elected the Governance Committee Vice Chair. She will automatically assume the position of Governance Committee Chair for 2019-20 and continue to serve on the AJLI Board of Directors. Please join me in congratulating the incoming members of the AJLI Board of Directors. You may now be seated. Now it gives me great pride to announce those women who have been elected as at-large members of the Association Governance Committee. They will serve our member leagues for the next 2 years, 2019 to 2021. Please stand when I call your names. Fiona Grant, Junior League of the City of New York. Mariana Wong Peavy, Junior League of Boise. Jessica Sharp, Junior League of Greenville, South Carolina, and Sylvia Strobel, Junior League of Cleveland. Please join me in congratulating the incoming members of the Association Governance Committee.
Thank you, Malia, and congratulations to all who have been elected. We look forward to working with you. And now the chair calls on Renee Tusi, Association Treasurer.
Good afternoon. Today I have the pleasure of introducing the President of the Association of Junior Leagues International, Laurel Lee Alexander. Laurel joined the Junior League of Monterey County in 1996. She has served that league in a number of capacities, including as president. She's also served AJLI in a number of roles since 2005, including as a member of the Governance Committee and on the Board of Directors as Governance Chair, Governance Vice Chair, and At-Large Director. In 2017, she was named President-elect, and she assumed the office of President in 2018. Regardless of her specific role, there are many exceptional qualities that Laurel brings to her league work. First, a desire to streamline processes and to drive continuous improvement. This was evident in her work on the Governance Task Force and also in her service as Governance Chair and Vice Chair. As President, she has led the board's completion of an effort to shift to a new board governance model. Second, a desire for efficiency. Laurel is an outstanding facilitator who strikes the right balance between basic elements that are required, such as reviewing financials and hearing committee reports, with time for strategic thinking and discussion. She runs a tight ship. Meetings start and end on time. Agendas and supporting materials go out a week ahead, and we stick to time frames agreed upon in advance. This has earned her the moniker of Red Laurel. And as treasurer, I so value the order and consistency that she brings to the work. Laurel respects the time of her fellow board members and makes the most of our time together. She is calm under pressure and is always professional. Perhaps most importantly, she believes we are at our most effective when we are collaborative and inclusive. She has a team-oriented approach to leadership that truly values what each individual brings to the table. And she listens with an open mind to all viewpoints. In her professional life, Laurel serves as Vice President of Grants and Programs at the Community Foundation of Monterey County, where she's worked for the last 5 years. Prior to that, she was Director of Philanthropy of the Monterey Peninsula Foundation for 11 years. And as if serving on the AJLI board and working full-time were not enough, Laurel has also managed to find time to serve on several other nonprofit boards, including the Literacy Campaign of Monterey County, the Monterey Sports Center Foundation, Catholic Charities Monterey County, and Girls Inc. of the Central Coast. A little-known fact, she was even an Olympic torchbearer in 2002. I have known Laurel for more than 18 years, back to the time when she was president-elect of the Junior League of Monterey County and I was president-elect of the Junior League of San Francisco. We found that we had a lot in common and have stayed in touch and remained friends ever since. So I'd like to share a few other things that you may not find in her official bio. Yes, this is where I embarrass you. First, she has quite a sweet tooth. She loves pralines, frosted sugar cookies, and caramel popcorn. Our Winter Leadership Conference in New Orleans was nirvana for her. Second, she loves Laura Lively jewelry. She even has a necklace named after her, although I think they inadvertently call it the Lauren instead of the Laurel. And she has a passion for Bitmojis. I have to admit, I personally had no idea what these even were until we started working on the AJLI board together, but we are all now well-versed. And another thing, Laurel has a PowerPoint for absolutely everything, and an uncanny ability to find and then retrieve any document that has ever crossed her inbox. Laurel has a wonderful sense of humor and absolutely loves to laugh. She is a warm, thoughtful, and caring person who somehow always finds time to talk if something is on your mind. She has a passion for the AJLI and the Junior League movement and is a committed volunteer. She gives of her time selflessly. I am honored and privileged to call her my friend. Laurel Lee Alexander.
I knew I should have asked her to introduce me. So, thank you very much, Renee. Before I share the traditional State of the Association, Renee and her remarks are a reminder of the gifts the Junior League has given me, and hopefully the gifts the Junior League has given all of us. We volunteer our time and energy in our junior leagues and in our communities, and for some of us, in the association. The Junior League gives us leadership training, community development skills, and a network of like-minded women. If I hadn't joined the Junior League, I would not have met Renee. If I hadn't joined the Junior League, I would not be standing in front of you today. One of the greatest gifts the Junior League has given me is the opportunity to volunteer with every single woman you see sitting on this stage, board, governance committee, and staff members of the association. We also have the exciting opportunity to partner with you, the Junior Leagues, to help move this great organization forward. It is an incredible honor to stand here with my colleagues from the board, governance committee, and staff as your association president. So thank you, Junior League. And first, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you for being here, for leaving your busy lives, for being present at our annual conference, and for being the type of civic leaders our communities so desperately need. It's been a challenging year since we were last together in Memphis at annual conference. Just consider the floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires that have ripped apart lives, destroyed dreams, and left economic hardships across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. We know that members in our communities and in our junior leagues were affected by these natural disasters, and it's safe to say that natural disasters will continue to occur. But this encourages us to be ever ready to provide leadership, support, and aid, from lending shoulders to lean on, to hands to work and rebuild. In league after league, community after community, Junior League members, you, civic leaders, were quick to respond and respond effectively. Sadly, many communities also confronted increased incidences of violence caused by religious and racial intolerance and deep-seated prejudice motivated by hate. Across the globe, people are being struck down and marginalized. It is imperative that we speak out and stand up against hate. As Junior League members, we welcome all women and stand for all people. I know we do. We're here. We got this. So, isn't this a great theme? It's a phrase often heard in sports competitions, in performances, or anytime someone needs encouragement, because with these words you're saying, I believe in you, you will succeed. If texting, the words are often followed by a flexing muscle bitmoji, which makes sense. If only they had a bitmoji like that. So I love this theme, and I started to think about what each of these three words meant. First, I asked myself, who are we? So as you all know, the Junior League was founded in 1901 by a young social activist and debutante, Mary Harriman. She mobilized other young women, hence the name Junior League. So let's take a moment to think about life for women in 1901 and now. So how many of you work outside the home? So let's think about elections at all levels of government. In 1901, job opportunities, even careers, were rare for women, very limited, and no one in this room, except for the few men I see, could vote. The Junior League provided opportunities for us, for women, to recognize our leadership, to empower us to become civic leaders, and we're still doing that. However, now we are a network of nearly 140,000 women in 291 junior leagues in 4 countries. This network, who we are, can be the organization that meets women where they are, that delivers what today's women want. We can be the place that role models respectful discourse. In fact, not just encourages it, but requires it. We can be the ones who work with community, corporate, and government leaders, the ones who play an important role in convening groups to talk about pressing issues. Many leagues across the association are doing that right now. We are living out the association's 100% commitment to diversity and inclusion. This is why there are sessions at every AJLI conference on the many aspects of inclusiveness. This is why we have tools and resources available, such as the Advancing Diversity and Inclusion by Design Toolkit. This is why the AJLI board will be announcing the Accelerator Fund at this conference, a fund to provide financial support to leagues who want to advance their work on diversity and inclusion. Being diverse and inclusive is ongoing. It's constantly evolving. And while many leagues are living diversity and inclusion, there are leagues that are struggling. This is difficult to say to all of you. There are leagues where differences are not understood or celebrated, where actions, even if unintentional, are hurtful. I believe in the Junior League's commitment to welcoming all women who value our mission, and each of us must be accountable to living up to that promise. So I ask each of you to embrace your job of being a role model in your league. Why? Because this is who we are. Yes, we got this. But what exactly do we got? We got vision. The Junior League is an organization that dares to ask how. How can we reimagine leadership? How can we transform our communities? How can we create collective impact? How can we be the go-to organization for today's busy women who want to lead change and create impact? We got heart. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to have your subject and verb agree to serve. You just need a heart full of grace. We also got a solid financial foundation. The association has net assets of $6.3 million and a new focus on diversified fund development to reduce our dependence on dues. We have shared a draft break-even budget for the 2019 to 2020 year, and all of our resources are being used to accomplish our purpose, which is to add value to our member leagues in your fulfillment of the mission. However, we also got concerns. Our future can be bright, but it is not guaranteed. Overall membership is declining 1% to 3% annually. The majority of leagues today are smaller than they were 10 years ago. Not all leagues, but a majority. Recruitment is not so much the issue for leagues, but retention is. And sustainer retention is an urgent concern. Sustainers represent 60% of our overall Junior League membership. The number of first-year sustainers resigning from leagues has doubled in the last 10 years from single digits to now almost 20%. So this is an urgent need. This is why we have created the Small League Fast Track Renewal Plan. Try saying that 10 times fast. If your league is small and declining, I encourage you to take a look at the plan and include the steps in your work next year and in years to follow. We are also working on a plan to address the decline in sustainer membership. Sustainers leaving the Junior League is not just about becoming a sustainer. It's about the experiences that member had leading up to the moment that she decided to sustain and then resign. So it's about the entire membership experience, or one membership. That's the premise behind the new membership model that we are rolling out. The principles are designed to provide all members with what they want, when they want it, voice and choice, talent deployment, multiple opportunities, and many ways to connect. The placement matching tool, which was launched at Winter Leadership, will help ensure member engagement regardless of their membership category. All of these resources, models, and plans are another way of saying we got the advantage of working together. The association is not here to dictate what to do, but to help ensure that every junior league thrives. Yes, we got this. But what is this? This is an opportunity to leverage the power of 291 junior leagues around pressing issues, an opportunity to be a solution in times of discord and distrust, an opportunity to be the go-to organization for women today because this is what women want. We have launched the Abolish movement to raise awareness about child sex trafficking. There are leagues that have been addressing trafficking for a long time. We owe the New Jersey State Public Affairs Committee a special thanks for bringing this issue to light at past conferences and persisting until others listened and took up the issue. Leagues like the Junior League of Tampa, which created the Abolish movement. So are you ready to join them? This is also the work of the Seat at the Table Task Force. For 2 years, a tireless committee of Junior League leaders has explored what having a voice, a seat at the table, might look like for many leagues. We look forward to the robust discussion about their recommendations in the next 2 days. So we live in a time of accelerating change. The pressures are enormous, and change, real systemic change, is hard for junior leagues. Tradition, annual turnover, so many things make change especially hard. But change we must do in order to increase our impact. And I believe we can. I agree with Helen Keller, who said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement." So dare to share this optimism with me. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Let's act. Let's dare to be optimistic with a sense of urgency. We owe this to our members, to our leagues, and to each other. Embrace this urgent, optimistic need for change by imagining what we can achieve. Together, we can change the world. So yes, we got this. So here we stand, on the playing field, or the stage, or the courthouse, or the community center, in fact, in this ballroom. Picture yourself standing with nearly 140,000 women standing with you. We're all standing together, we're all supporting each other, and we're all saying to each other, "I believe in you, I know you will succeed." Your phone is buzzing with all of these that you're getting. Let's seize the day, let's seize the moment, let's seize the year. Let's not hesitate to be out there. Let's be that needed solution in these times of discord and distrust. We have what it takes to provide women with one-of-a-kind opportunities to be agents for social change. We offer opportunities to gain leadership skills and forge strong friendships that carry us through all aspects of our lives. That's who we are. Let's make sure that what we've got is available and compelling today and in the future. This is our calling. We got this. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being here. Before I adjourn the session, I have a few announcements. Junior leagues wishing to propose a topic for discussion at the Association Governance Dialogue, which is tomorrow, from 8:45 to 10 a.m., must do so by submitting this item in writing to the Governance Office, which is Plaza Court 2, on this level, the concourse level, no later than 6:30 p.m. tonight. This afternoon, the Governance Office is open from 3 o'clock to 3:15, 4:30 to 4:45, and 6 o'clock to 6:30. These are the times in between the workshop sessions that you will all be attending. The Governance Office closes tonight at 6:30 p.m. The office hours are posted at registration and also posted on the Governance Office door. Junior leagues interested in proposing an advisory resolution for consideration at the annual meeting, which is Saturday, and leagues wishing to add or remove their names as a supporter must do so by 6 p.m. Friday, May 3rd. Again, you must submit these in the Governance Office. So there are members of the Rules Committee, which consists of members of the Board of Directors. They will be available to assist you, and I'm going to announce their names and ask them to stand up so you can recognize them and make a beeline for them after this session. The Rules Committee, Association Vice President Elizabeth Tominski, Association Secretary C.C. Gassner, Governance Chair Malia Fallon, and At-Large Director Ness Okonkwo. So they are available to assist you with anything, how to write an advisory resolution, how to sign on, how to create a governance dialogue topic. Additionally, the association's parliamentarian Ann Giberson. Ann, are you here? No, she's not here. I was going to point her out so you could make a beeline for her as well. And our CEO Executive Director Susan Danish and Chief League Operations Officer Ann Dalton are also available to help you. If you are a voting delegate, please come to the ballroom 15 minutes before the start of the session to receive and test your electronic voting equipment, which means be here in the Plaza Ballroom tomorrow by 8:30 p.m. Since Renee, a.m. Did I say p.m.? Thank you. This is why I like them so much. So as Renee told you some of the secrets about me, I will probably be here at 8, but I don't expect you to be here at 8 o'clock. So this first session of the 97th annual meeting of the association is adjourned. The second session will convene at 10:20 a.m. Saturday, May 4th in this ballroom. Enjoy this afternoon's mini plenary panel on human trafficking and workshop sessions, and then we will see you back here at 4:50 p.m. for our inspiring conference keynote speaker, Noor Tagore. This session is adjourned. Thank you.